Hello, and welcome to this first lecture on focusing on real world impact in this course, Master in Business Analytics. So, the purpose of this section is to give you a good view of how to focus on real world impact, how to create that real world impact. And in that, there are three things. So, one of the things that we will talk in this lecture is how to test new approaches and tools to improve analytics processes and deliver innovative solutions. So that's what we will do in this lecture. So, the focus on real world impact requires you to do three main things. One is to study the case studies, study how companies like Amazon, Netflix, and Walmart use analytics to solve business challenges. And we have done this already, right at the beginning of this course. We have taken you the case studies of these companies, right? So we have done that already. Second, you need to do is to experiment and innovate, where you test new approaches and tools to improve analytic processes and deliver innovative solutions. So that's the second thing, and that's what we will talk about in this lecture. Third would be to measure the results by tracking the impact of your analytics work on business outcomes and refining the approaches as needed. So if you do that, you will be able to focus on real world impact. So the question is, how do you test new approaches and tools to improve analytics processes and deliver innovative solutions? Any thoughts? So let us understand that testing new approaches and tools to improve analytics processes and deliver innovative solutions requires a structured approach. Now, what are this structured approach? Let us take a look at that as we go forward now. So first, obviously, is to identify your business objectives. And in that, you need to do two things. One is to clarify the goals, define the specific problem you aim to solve, right? And the process that you want to improve. So a specific problem that you want to solve or a process that you want to improve. And some examples could be like reducing customer churn, optimizing inventory, or enhancing forecast accuracy. Second thing would be to identify business objective would be to align the objectives. Sorry, not analyze, but align the objectives. And there what you need to do is to ensure that the new tools and approaches align with broader business goals. So what the broader business goals are, that new tools and techniques must align with that. So that's how you identify the business objectives. Then you select and search and research and select the tools and techniques where you need to explore options. You know, First step is to explore options, identify tools and techniques that can address your needs. In terms of tools, you could be looking at, for example, Python libraries of scikit-learn, TensorFlow. In BI tools, you could be looking at Power BI, Tableau, or optimization tools like Gurobi, IBM, CPLX. Or in techniques, you could be looking at advanced machine learning algorithms, predictive modeling methods, or real-time analytics. So you need to research and select tools and techniques by first exploring these options. Then you evaluate the features of your tools and techniques that you have explored. And you compare these tools and techniques based on scalability, ease of integration, learning curve, and cost efficiency. On these four factors, you evaluate the features of the options that you have explored. Then you create a sandbox environment. So create a safe testing place. You set up a control environment like Cloud Sandbox or Staging Server to test new approaches without affecting the production system. So you want to test an environment that won't affect your day-to-day work. And there you could use tools like, platforms like AWS Azure or GCP for experimentation. So two places, either Cloud Sandbox or Staging Area, which is decoupled to the actual live work that is going on and linked to production, is what you need to create as a sandbox environment. Then you collect and prepare data. You use the representative data, ensure that data sets mirrors the real world condition. Your data sets could be Data sources could be historical data, publicly available data sets, or simulated data. And then you pre-process data where you handle missing values, normalize, standardize, and address class imbalances. Then you develop a pilot or a test project. And there what you need to do is two things. One is to do a small scale experimentation where you apply the new approach and tool to a specific use case. Say, for example, you could be testing a clustering algorithm, a new clustering algorithm for customer segmentation. So then you need to develop an approach for that, develop a pilot for that. Then you define the success metrics of the small scale implementation that you're doing. And there you could use KPIs like accuracy for classification model, execution period for process optimization, ROI for the projects having financial implications when you implement the solution. So develop a pilot or a test project like this. Then you test and validate. Then there you need to start by iterative testing, run tests using validation data sets, compare outputs against benchmarks or existing methods, right? And then assess the robustness by stress testing under different conditions and difficult conditions to ensure scalability and reliability. So that's how you can test and validate. Then you analyze the results by qualitative and quantitative analysis. In quantitative analysis, you use metrics like precision recall, F1 score, RMSC for predictive models, measure time and cost savings for process improvements. And in qualitative assessments, you gather feedback from end users or stakeholders about the tool's usability and output, how the tool has been performing, or what they found good in that, what could be improved. That those would be some of the qualitative questions you could ask. Then you iterate and refine. You identify bottlenecks, find and address inefficiency or inaccuracies in the new approach, is the new approach that you're testing. Incorporate feedback by using user and stakeholder feedback to improve the solution, and then experiment further by testing different parameters or configuration. So that's how you can iterate or refine. And you scale up. You're ready to scale up your new approach. And once you have validated, then you need to implement the solution in a live environment and continuously track performance and address issues. So production rollout and monitoring performance are two key things in scaling up. In doing this entire process of figuring out, researching and testing new approaches, you need to stay innovative. And how can you stay innovative? Participate in communities, engage in forums like Kaggle, GitHub, or Stack Overflow to learn from peers. Explore emerging technology, stay updated with advancements in AI, machine learning, and data processing, and invest in training. Regularly upskill your team in new tools and methodology. So that's how you can stay innovative. Let us look at some example of applications. Now, for a process improvement, you could be, researching and doing and automating of data cleaning using tools like Alteryx, right? Then in tool testing, you could be comparing Tableau and Power BI for dashboard creation. And for innovative techniques, you could be applying deep learning for unstructured data analysis. So by following this systematic approach, you can effectively test and integrate new tools and technologies and methods, driving innovation in your analytics process. So what is next? Next we will take a look at how to track the impact of your analytics work on business outcomes, refining approaches as we need, right? So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on focus on real world impact in this course, Mastering Business Analytics. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy. And I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.